Good morning, kids. In our first class, we will see today first conditional. What is first conditional? Well, it's to talk about possibilities in present and in future. Our structure is if plus simple present plus simple future. In order that you can understand it better, I will show you some examples. Okay, kids. Now, in the first example, it says, if it rains, I will stay at home. If you pay attention, the third person continues working with the S and then will followed by a verb in simple form. Now, the second example. If he wakes up late, he will miss the bus. In the third example, if I don't stay at home, I will get sick. What happens in the inverted way? You can start with the main part and then the conditional part, as we can see in this example. We won't pass the exam if we don't study. Second example, he will miss the bus if he doesn't wake up early. Okay, now here we go to practice. In the following 10 sentences, you will use conditional 1. Copy please in your notebooks. As soon as you finish your exercises, please in your workbook solve the following pages as well as in a math book. Before you start working by your own in the exercises, let's review some important notes, which I think will help you to answer your exercises correctly. So let's analyze some of them. As you remember, first conditional is for possibilities in the present or in the future. First conditional is formed as this: present simple plus our model for future will. Let's check some examples. If I have money, I will travel to Spain. If you have money, you will travel to Spain. If he has money, he will travel to Spain. If she has money, she will travel to Spain. If we have money, we will travel to Spain. If they have money, they will travel to Spain. As you see, according with our conjugation, you have to use the correct form of our auxiliary, that in this case is have or has. And with the modal will, your verb has to be as any other modal in the simple form. First conditional uses the auxiliaries don't or doesn't plus won't or will not. It can be contracted form or the open form. Remember that the auxiliary don't works with the pronouns I, you, we, and they. Meanwhile, doesn't with the third singular persons, which are he, she, it. Let's see here the way they work. If she doesn't study, she won't pass the exam. If Bob doesn't come today, he will have to work tomorrow. If they don't have money, they won't travel to Spain. If we don't speak any English, we won't find a better job. If I don't understand the text, I won't answer the questions. And here, if you don't brush your teeth, you will have cavities. So as we see here, depending on the pronoun or subject you use, it is reflected in the application of the correct auxiliary. Now let's go to check this part. Conditional part and main part can change position, not changing the sense of the sentence. Remember that the conditional part is when we see the words if or when. And the main part, it could be the complement of the sentence. Let's change these examples given, starting by the main part. I will travel to Spain if I have money. You will travel to Spain if you have money. He will travel to Spain if he has money. She will travel to Spain if she has money. We will travel to Spain if we have money. They will travel to Spain if they have money. Now, let's do the same with the examples in negative form, starting by the main part. She won't pass the exam if she doesn't study. He will have to work tomorrow if Bob doesn't come today. They won't travel to Spain if they don't have money. We won't find a better job if we don't speak in English. I won't answer the questions if I don't understand the text. You will have cavities if you don't brush your teeth. As you see, it's very simple to form affirmative or negative statements, conserving the structure as we saw at the beginning. The next point is the comma. This element, which is applied in the conditional sentences, here we're going to check what is the way that it works. The comma is used only when a sentence starts by the conditional part. What that means? That you start with the word if or the word when. In that moment, after you say that statement, you use comma. This comma is obviously only used in written work. When you are speaking, you are not going to use it. Let's check this example. If I take my baby out, comma, he will feel happy. If he is out, comma, I will call tomorrow. If it rains tomorrow, comma, we will stay at home. If you don't hurry, comma, you will miss the bus. If she parks her car in a wrong place, comma, a traffic policeman will take it. If you boil water, comma, you will have pure water. If he doesn't answer me, comma, I will send him a letter. If we don't practice more, comma, we won't do it. So as you see in the previous sentences, we started by the main part, and in those sentences the comma doesn't appear. Then, when you answer first conditional questions, you will answer them in the way the structure is formed. I recommend you to check this information twice before answering your exercises. So, answer the following questions, keeping the reviewing notes. Let's see one question, and you're going to answer them by your own. What will you do if you can't go out? What will happen when you get back to school? If you are bored, what will you do? What will happen if you pass your exams? What will happen if you speak English? What will you do when you are 18 years old? What will happen if you miss a flight? What will the teacher do if he sees you cheating? What will happen when you accept people's differences? What will happen if your work is not correct? In the case that I answered some of these questions, my answer should be in this way. If I can go out, I will visit my friends. When I get back to school, I will feel happy. If I am bored, I will read a book. If I speak in English, I will get a better job. So, as you see in my answers, the structure and the elements explained are used. Now is your turn to answer the questions by your own. But before that, if you don't have your material or your book, you can check it in the Amaze book. Let's go to check them. Okay kids, now here you are checking that these pages we have already done it. But in the case that you can review them and practice more, here is the way that we have here in our notes. That is, if I have a lot of money, comma, I'll buy a cottage in the country. Then here you have the reading, and here you can practice all these exercises applying the rules that we have just seen. As here you have also another type of sentences. You can change the position of the element starting by the main part and then the conditional part, as we saw in the notes too. And here, the last exercise. If it rains, comma, we won't go out. Do the same, change the sentences, play with the sentences, and you will be able to do it easier. Another thing that I want to recommend you, don't forget to do your brain gymnastics exercises as well as the declarations as we do in our classroom, that we hope soon we can do them again. So I hope that your doubts be clear, and in the case that you have another points to review or check, please check it twice or more times in the video. See you soon.